The Raptors are in the NBA Finals for the first time ever, and it's largely because of this guy. Masai Ujiri is the team president of the Raptors, and over the past 6 years, he slowly and methodically overhauled the team and made it into what it is today. When he took on the role of general manager in 2013, he inherited a team that hadn't made the playoffs in 5 seasons. But instead of starting from scratch, he made a series of calculated moves that transformed a mediocre team into a potential NBA champion. Let's start in 2013, when Ujiri traded Andrea Bargnani to the Knicks. Bargnani was the #1 pick in the 2006 draft, but he never really lived up to the hype. Many people didn't think that the Raptors would be able to trade him because he had $22 million left on his contract, but somehow Ujiri got it done.
And actually, one of the draft picks the Raptors got in that trade turned into Jakob Poeltl, who was then used in the trade to acquire Kawhi Leonard, so there's a nice little history there.
And then later that year, Ujiri traded one of the Raptors' best players, Rudy Gay.
After that, no one really expected them to be good, but it allowed DeMar DeRozan to flourish into the go-to guy, and surprisingly, they started winning.
Ujiri got his start as a scout, and he used that experience to draft some underrated players. Like in 2016, when he drafted Pascal Siakam, 27th overall. Siakam has now become one of the Raptors' star players, averaging 19 points per game in the postseason. He also signed Fred VanVleet, who didn't even get drafted, but is now one of the key supporting players who have propelled the Raptors to the finals, shooting threes and guarding Steph Curry, which is no easy task. More recently, Ujiri re-signed Kyle Lowry and acquired Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol, 2 veteran players that have been crucial in improving the Raptors' defense. And he did all of that with only 1 lottery pick. But not all his decisions were popular. In the summer of 2018, he fired Raptors coach Dwayne Casey, who won NBA Coach of the Year only a few weeks later. Ujiri then traded DeMar DeRozan, the beloved face of the Raptors, for Kawhi and Danny Green, which upset a lot of fans.
Kawhi Leonard, he's probably going to stay like a year, and DeMar, he was willing to stay his whole career.
Year after year, they had great regular seasons and kept coming up short in the playoffs. We all knew they weren't going to win a championship with that roster. Changes needed to be made or you were going to keep getting the same result.
Now Ujiri's relentless deal-making and gambles are paying off, and no matter what happens in the finals, he's brought a city together and made history.